Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Mervin. Coming up, cleanup operations have begun at the Douglas Charles Airport. Over 500 evacuated from Petite Savanne, and the Emergency Operations Center continues to coordinate efforts to bring relief to affected citizens in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Erika. Details of our headline stories and others after this. The government of Dominica is continuing to seek assistance from every part of the globe. This is all in an effort to bring relief to those who have been affected by the passage of Tropical Storm Erika. The communities dubbed special disaster areas, as well as other critical areas, have already begun receiving supplies including food, water and medicine. At a press conference Monday evening, Prime Minister Skerry conveyed that he has written to every country seeking assistance.
We have a British ship coming to Dominica on Wednesday for 150 men with water, dry foods, a helicopter, machinery. The Dutch has a ship in Curacao that will be leaving Curacao tomorrow for Dominica with men and supplies and a helicopter. The Prime Minister of St. Lucia will be here tomorrow morning to show his solidarity as he continues to do that. The Minister for Health from Grenada came in here last night, brought in the pathologist to help us with the deceased. The French ambassador will be here tomorrow. The British ambassador, High Commissioner will be here on Wednesday. We've had the Vice President of the Regional Council of Guadeloupe visiting us. So a number of people coming in to express the solidarity with Dominica. I'm in contact with leaders every single day, trying to find out how can they continue to help, what can they do. So there's a serious mobilization taking place.
A Venezuelan ship is already on island assisting with the relief efforts. A Venezuelan helicopter is also assisting with airlifting people out of disaster areas and bringing supplies to areas only accessible by air. 6 Venezuelans are also part of a search and rescue team. For those wishing to send relief aid to Dominica, they should address the shipment to the Commonwealth of Dominica Relief Aid Attention, Mr. Gregor Thomas, in care of Dexia, PO Box 173, Bayfront, Roseau, Dominica. The telephone number is 448-2780. And more people are being removed from the most stricken parts of the country following the passage of Tropical Storm Erika last Thursday. Evacuation efforts are ongoing in the badly hit community of Petite Savanne as well as in neighboring Dubique. At a press conference Monday evening, the Honorable Prime Minister announced that as of 8 p.m. Monday evening, 518 people have been evacuated from Petite Savanne.
Using the Dominica Coast Guard, the St. Lucia Coast Guard, the Barbados Coast Guard, and helicopters from Trinidad and a helicopter from the Venezuelan ship. 30 of the 409 evacuated were elderly and injured citizens who had to be airlifted. To date, a total of 518 people have been evacuated from yesterday. So 518 from yesterday. In the Daru area, there are 10 people, 1 elderly and 9 other people. Those refuse to be evacuated. As we said, it is a voluntary process. You have to sign a consent form, and we cannot force you. We offer you the means of being airlifted, and I really want to thank all of the people in Petite Savanne for cooperating and agreeing to be evacuated. In the Montopi area, there are 3 people, 2 elderly and 1 physically challenged. They too are refusing to be evacuated. In another area of Montopi, there are 3 bedridden who must be wrenched out of the area. So
121 people have been evacuated from Dubique. 369 persons are currently at shelters. The Emergency Operations Center, the EOC, continues to coordinate efforts to bring relief to affected citizens in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Erica. Today, Tuesday, September 1st, the center is into its 6th day coordinating such activities. Coordinator of the Office of Disaster Management, Don Corriett, gives an update on what the center has been able to accomplish.
From day one, we have had boots on the ground, trying, first of all, giving priority to search and rescue and to relief, and that is continuous as we speak. We have helicopters, we have boats, we have men on the ground, and our priority is to get as much relief, as much people rescued as possible. The EOC primarily is for management of the situation, of the crisis, and we have activated NIPO fully. The executive chair, who is the Honorable Prime Minister, is in control of the situation. We provide him with updates on a daily basis, and we have nightly press conference, as you're well aware, updating not only himself and his cabinet, and let me say a special parliamentary committee that has been established between the opposition and the government parliamentarians. So we brief them on a daily basis, we provide information, and as information goes and comes, we try to manage the information, first of all, decipher what is fact.
He says the EOC has been swamped with information over the last few days. However, the center has been careful to manage the flow of information to allow for the smooth running of its operations. Corriett took the opportunities to strongly advise the local press to refrain from sensationalism and be responsible in the dissemination of information to the public. He says although efforts will not cease until every individual is accounted for, the center is currently shifting its focus on providing relief supplies to those most in need.
I'm just asking people who are isolated and cut off for food supplies. We will be getting to you sooner rather than later. I know the challenge is water. One of the restrictions for bringing water into communities is road access. And even if now we have road access, we have to be careful as to how much weight we put on that road. So we have been mobilizing the WASCO to see if they can bring tanker trucks into communities like Kulibistri, Biosh, Dubla.
He informed that a comprehensive supplies committee has been set up for the equitable distribution of food, water, and medical supplies.
Form community groups, help us to manage the situation, help us to account for those who are most in need. So when the supplies get to your community, there's no rush, and people who do not need that commodity are not the ones that are having it, and the destitute or the unfortunate or the guys who need it are not receiving it. So we want the full cooperation of all of us in this trying time.
Corriett thanked the public for their patience and understanding and is also grateful for the tremendous response from volunteers as the EOC continues to work to ensure total control of the present situation. The ODM coordinator echoed the words of the Prime Minister to have all hands on deck and asked for continued cooperation in this time of national crisis. You're watching National Focus. Coming up, GIS News gets a first-hand look at the Douglas Charles Airport 5 days after Tropical Storm Erica. Welcome back. Cleanup operations have begun at the Douglas Charles Airport. GIS News visited the badly battered airport on Tuesday and spoke with General Manager of the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, Benoit Badwell.
We have started the process of restoring Douglas Charles. We have cleared 5,700 feet of runway. We also have started the process of clearing taxiway Alpha, which seems to be the only runway taxiway that was not damaged. The other two taxiways were damaged. So what we're trying to do is to clear the space to ensure that we have enough space, one aircraft to pack and to move passengers. We have had the support of a number of the persons from the communities with chainsaws and the like. So we've had a lot of persons here, and we've had some light equipment. Now we're going to get the assistance of the French and the Venezuelans through CAMA to be able to have the heavy equipment to begin the river diversion program, because that is key. Because even if we were to clean and clear all the debris left by the river, we would probably, after the next heavy rainfall, have the same problem again. What we're trying to do is to bring the river back to its course and to begin the process of restoring a sort of river defense system or mechanism that would not allow this thing to happen in that fashion again.
Officials from the World Bank are on island undertaking assessments of the damage caused by Tropical Storm Erica. The Honorable Prime Minister says the officials who arrived on Monday have already begun the assessments.
They have done Bells, they have done Soufriere to Scotshead, and portion of the West Coast. So they will continue their work tomorrow. They will cover the entire country to do an assessment of the damage to the country and so forth, and the costs of the damage.
The World Bank is also coordinating discussions with international financial institutions such as the International Monetary Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank on behalf of the government of Dominica. The government of Dominica continues to receive much needed assistance from regional and international agencies in its search and rescue efforts. GIS News spoke with Elvis Gordon of the Antigua and Barbuda Fire Department at the Kinfield Airport on Tuesday. The Antigua team arrived in Dominica by helicopter on Sunday.
The experience here is it's a sad experience to see what the people had really go through. So basically we are here to assist in any way as possible so that we can make the people and the country as comfortable as possible to go back to the normal way of living. We were standing by at the fire station yesterday, going out with the firefighters to various areas where they were called, and one area in particular where they were taking the fuel on a barge to be transported to different areas on the island because of maybe the terrain is not good, so that the trucks will do the normal delivery.
So what are you expecting to do today?
Well, today we are expecting to be going to the Petite Savanne area where there are some persons that need to be rescued. So we will be going there via helicopter to see as much as possible we can get these people out of danger.
Meantime, His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Savara, visited areas affected by Tropical Storm Erica on Tuesday. The Honorable Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. Kenny Anthony, arrived on the island on Tuesday and was also taken on a tour of the affected areas. Following the passing of a Tropical Storm Erica, the Ministry of Education has conducted a preliminary assessment of 75 schools across the island. Subsequently, the Minister for Education, the Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, has announced that the ministry has made the decision to push back the reopening of school. And as we end this evening's newscast, we bring you yet another story from a victim of Tropical Storm Erica. This time from the community of Good Hope. Silma Joseph lost her father and the 7- and 9-year-old son and daughter as a result of a major landslide.
Well, when I wake up by 4 o'clock in the morning, the rain was falling very heavy. Then when I wake, I see it a bit too heavy, I let it slow down a little. Then I went outside by 6:30 to 7. I catch the fire outside in the outside kitchen. Then when I catch it, but I figure out that the fire was too hot. It will give me too much heat and the water flowing in the kitchen. So I run under my house. I took a piece of galvanized in nailing. When I nailed the first one, when I go to nail the second, it fly. So I had another nail. When I nailed the last nail, when I gave the first knock to give it the second knock, I does a kind of big noise. The noise I hear when I look across, I see that thing coming down. Time for me to watch. I don't see anything. So I just had to stand, fly over. Then when I fly, I try to get up. I got a blow in my knee. Then when I get up again, something hit me, I fly again. Then I got a blow in my lap, and then I roll go down. Like the first time, when I wake up again, that hit me again. I roll go down till I reach on a small pear tree. I stopped on a small pear tree. And when I got up, I did not see anything. I scream, and when I scream, I hear a loud noise. I hear somebody answer, but it's very far. But it was Ricky Labe said that was together with me in the kitchen. He tell me, look me. So I tell him, where are you? He tell me, look me. I tell him, I'm not seeing you. Then he come and he shake me, and then he tell me, look him. I tell him, where are the children? He tell me he did not see anyone. Then when I look at his back, I saw my grandson Dylan. I just see him in the middle of the slide. Then all I could tell him is grab him and let's go. But he tell me, no, let's go look for them. In coming up to go and look for them, I saw 2 coconut trees coming as fast as they could. And the other heavy thing coming at the back of it. Then when we come to cross, he tell me, we stick and we cannot go nowhere. I tell him we have to find a way. And then I cross a raft. I had to make it. I had no choice. Then where I get the strength, then I cross. Then when I jump over, but almost fell. I grab a small plantain plant. When I see it bending to go down in the valley with me, I hold the stalk itself. Then I turn back and I tell him to send the child over for me. Then he send the child. I grab the child and then I tell him to take breath and jump over also. Yes. Then when I have a small plantain plant, I see it bending over to the ravine. Then the water, the height it is, it's sweeping out my foot. So when I grab I see it bending, so I grab the big stalk. I grab the big stalk, I tell him to send my grandson for me. Then he send the grandson, I grab him in his hand, put him up, and then I told Ricky Labesia to jump over, and then I help him up to come up also. Then I left him at the back bringing my grandson, and then I had to move out. I hold my head screaming, my children, my 2 children lost, and my father. And I go screaming, people like to come. Yeah, and that was it.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at www.news.gov.dm. From all of us here in the GIS News Production team, I'm Mervin. Thanks for watching, and join us again next time on National Focus.